Alright, Stone Tower Temple is one of the dungeon themes from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I've recently released a cover of this song using both acoustic and electric instruments. Primarily guitar, of course. This is a remastered and remixed version of my arrangement. Today I'm going to go over the choices I've made in the arrangement and the underlying music theory of the song a little bit. I am a self-taught guitarist, so music theorists, please correct me in the comments down below. So here's how I made a half acoustic and half electric metal song. But first, here's a little jam session to illustrate what the original sounds like. So there you have it, that's a demonstration of the original, although obviously I changed up the instruments. I don't have horns or bongo drums or anything. So creative liberties were taken. And hey, if you've done a version of this song and you'd like to share it, you can share it in the self-promotion channel of my Discord. Now let's dive deeper into the arrangement and let's answer the question of merging acoustic and electric instrument styles. I was really inspired by the original version of the song to make an acoustic arrangement. And of course, I'm usually metallizing songs when I do covers, so I wanted to do that too. At the time I arranged this a few years ago, the first version, I was on kind of a multi-instrumental kick. So I did use electric bass, but I also used acoustic guitar, I used mandolin, and I even used ocarina in the first version, although in retrospect, I should probably stick to stringed instruments. The remixed version that I just released has clean guitar, and that kind of jumps into the philosophy of how I merged together an acoustic section and then a distorted kind of metal section. And that was my approach. In general, you can have high energy sections with those distorted guitars and blasting double kicks and all that stuff. And then for contrast, you can bring down the energy with clean sections, more calm sections. And in this case, I treated the acoustic section like a big clean introduction, a clean section, starting off with lower energy. Usually I have clean sections towards the middle of the song, but for this I wanted to open it up with an acoustic section, although I also did put a clean section in the middle too. The structure is basically acoustic, distorted, clean, distorted. For the acoustic section, I used a lot of layers. I have the acoustic guitar going with the chords. I play that first melody with the acoustic guitar. And then I use the clean guitar to play the main melody. Later on, I double the melody with the mandolin. I think what really makes it come together is all the layers of the different instruments. It really fills out the sound. This song was fairly straightforward to metallize. We're in A minor, and using power chords for the rhythm chords was pretty easy. So E power chord, F power chord, D power chord. I introduced the metal section by holding these chords. And from there on, I did some chugs. I varied up what the rhythm guitar was doing every now and then, just to keep things interesting. The melodies, of course, sound great distorted, so there was no need to change anything about them. And I got to have a ton of fun with this too, because from here, I brought back the mandolin to play a hidden melody. Can you identify it? I found it worked pretty well because the distorted guitars were front and center, but the mandolin was kind of in the background. I think a lot about trying to get instruments to be heard, so it was a fun change of pace to have an instrument almost be unheard. And then going back to the melody, I would omit the secondary melody and bring it back later just for some extra impact. So after that is a clean section, and I call it the Baroque part because I'm really inspired by Bach, so I wanted to write something kind of like that. So having multiple lead lines and counterpoint going on was part of it. I may have hidden a melody in there too. And then finally it was time for the finale. I bring back the distorted guitars, I put in some soaring harmonies, really play the last part of the melody there, kind of like a chorus, and that rounds out the song. So some overall thoughts. Covering the song was a great creative outlet. I don't really do too many, if any, acoustic arrangements. I hardly ever, if at all, make any acoustic arrangements, so having such a strong bass song to work with took the guesswork out of the composition, really let me run wild with it. In fact, the bass composition was so strong that even with the distorted section, the electric guitars, all that stuff, it was so easy to work with. And it is a fairly simple song. It's slower paced. There isn't too much complexity going on. It is really interesting that the song is in A minor, but that first note you hear is that E. And I think also because of the simplicity, yet how intelligently crafted that song is, the original version, it was fairly easy to add those little Easter eggs into, the hidden melodies. So what do you think? Was this a successful merging of acoustic and electric styles? Do you think my cover on streaming services should have had more electric and acoustic instruments integrated, like in the jam session in this video? Or was my approach to arranging the same as you would have taken? Let me know down in the comments section below. You know this is YouTube, so I have to say the YouTube things. Be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, share the video, print out every frame and mail it, join the Discord, check out the Patreon, do a backflip, and as always, peace.